Pickaxe.
Hello everyone and welcome to YOMP. And today we're talking about a very special movie, a movie that is very close to my heart, but I can't talk about it alone. Actually, no, I probably could.
She probably could, yeah.
But who's that? I could have somebody to bounce off. It's G-Star Games.
Hello, how are we doing today?
All good in the hood. My name is Sophie, also known as Booth. And this is a movie podcast. It's a podcast about movies, mostly.
Mostly.
Like 90% of the time. And at the moment, we're taking it in turns to show one another and our listeners a movie that we've picked, and then we talk about it, which is... That's pretty good. That's a pretty good concept.
That's a pretty good concept and a very good time.
Oh, God, I love it. It's literally one of my favourite things in the entire world. The other things include chocolate, having a sleep.
Yep.
Crocheting. I do enjoy that. Pussycats, obviously.
Can't forget the pussycats.
I thought you were going to say cum. Cum, that's the thing. We were literally just saying how we don't want to be as disgusting and gross all the time because it just gets too much. So my favourite things include cum.
Oh, well, that's not like, you know...
Hey, it's not untrue.
It's not untrue. So,
What about, is David Bowie in your favourite things?
I do like David Bowie. I feel like he's probably in one of your favourite things, right?
David Bowie's pretty fucking cool, even though he reminds me of, like, you know, like, you'd always have that one weird auntie that you never really saw that much, or like a grandma.
A funkle. He's a funkle.
He's a funkle. He's a funky uncle.
Yeah.
But he's got like this old lady vibe about him. Even like in Labyrinth, he's always had this. It's the teeth, it's the face, it's the dress. Kind of an old lady. Gives me old lady vibes.
Yeah, I get that vibe. I do.
Yeah, but it's it's a cracking film. Is this? It's Labyrinth. For people who may not have seen 1986 Labyrinth, featuring Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie, and it's Jim Henson production. And the premise basically is a teenage girl is left to babysit her. It's like her half brother, and her family isn't very receptive to her, and she's pretty pissed off because this baby's fucking annoying. So she asks the Goblin King to take him away, and he does, and then she has to go through a labyrinth to rescue him, and there's hijinks along the way.
So it reminded, I mean, for, you know, obvious reasons, it reminded me of Dark Crystal.
Yes, well, similar thing altogether.
Yeah.
Jim Henson, Brian Froud.
Yeah.
Oh God, I mean, those two are like two of the most visually incredible, beautiful films to me. Like,
yeah, they're gorgeous, and like the sets and wow, just everything.
And I've said it before. It's the first DVD that I was ever given. At age 10, we got our first DVD player, and I got Labyrinth. Rosie got Jason and the Argonauts. And my God, I watched it to death, and the music. I guess it is a musical. It's got some bangers in there.
Oh, it's definitely a musical, yeah.
What did you think of the music? Is it your taste?
It was... I'm like... I'm trying to remember the music. It was a bit all over the place at times.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was vibing with it because I just have a special place in my heart for music from that time because it just reminds me of better times. And I like music today that sounds like music from back then. So like anything synthwave, you know, like I love The Midnight, for example. Just anything with synths. Oh, chef's kiss.
Mate. Don't get me started on synths.
I know, I was going to say, I'm talking to the synth queen over here.
So I have cracked out the Korg Op 6 recently. I've been messing around with a GR1, which is a granular synthesizer. I love the way that I'm talking to G about this. She's probably going to be like,
go for
wow,
it, man. This is really fucking fascinating. Like, I've
got back into my synthesis era, where I get some weird stuff. I want the weirdness back. And so I've got like I do have some very strange synths. I mean, I have a theremin, which is, I mean, you move your hands around closer and further away and it goes woo.
I saw a video of a cat that was standing near one of those things, and it was the funniest goddamn thing.
Yes.
Because the closer he got, it was like, woo!
I need to do that with them.
Yes, let them cook. Let them make a song.
I need to do it with Keith. Because he's always jumping around on my stuff anyway. So, do you know, I buy these things called deck savers, which are like covers for your synths. And I'm so glad I did, because like Keith jumps around on everything so much they'd be full of fur instantly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to build up my hardware repertoire once again, and I'm looking at the Wave, MPG Wave, I think it's called. I've literally forgotten it. I just call it the Wave.
I mean, that's cooler, honestly. The Wave.
The Wave. It's called what is it? It's a Behringer.
Ooh, love me a Behringer.
Behringer Wave. Yeah, it's a beautiful. I love it. I'm very into my FM digital synthesis. So, really not as I'm not as good with analog.
Wait, explain digital and analog to me. Like digital's more. Sorry,
it's
go
like
on.
Analog is you have circuits that make a noise, and it's how you manipulate those circuits, and it's very basic, but it's very warm sounding. And then digital is like
the actual like keyboard format.
No, it's like because you can have what you're thinking is like a modular synth where you plug in all the little cables and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna Google it because I can't.
Because I'm looking at pictures of an analog synthesizer and a digital synthesizer. Digital keeps showing me like stuff with a keyboard and little like knobs and switches and stuff, and then
so those are like the you can plug bits in and it basically like recircuits. It's like changing where the circuits go, so it changes the sound. Whereas like digital, you can change more of the parameters with it, and play more notes at the same time.
Right. Okay.
Like usually. But you can do all this through software now, so I just like having things.
Oh
my god.
We're from a generation where I mean, I don't know, maybe people from our generations, you know, obviously a lot of people have moved to online stuff, but I still love physical, you know, media, like vinyls and cassettes and, you know, just physical cartridges of things and like PS1 games. Like when I went to Japan, whatever I could find that was a game from my childhood, a PS1 version of it, PS2, whatever, I was like, I need this.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love, like, it's collecting stuff is lovely.
It is. To like not like an unbearable degree, but like you do it, like for you, you're the way that you do it is tasteful in the sense that it works as your personal collection and it's your set.
Yeah, it is. It's this is many years of collecting. I love. I mean, analog stuff. I mean, I guess VHS is analog because it's all on magnetic tape.
Yeah,
and all of this is going to break down. Like they get moldy. The magnetism, the tape degrades.
But I feel like it doesn't, like it matters and it doesn't. I feel like it's more of a sentimental thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As well as like, yes, I would love it to work, but it's more of it's like a physical sentimental thing. Like I recently got, like what just came today actually was Lady Gaga's new album, but I got a vinyl and I got it on cassette.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? That's like a collectible thing for me because it's like, yeah, of course I could listen to this digitally and I will listen to it digitally, but it's like a nice physical, memento.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't like the music, I can still appreciate that you've got something physical that you can hold in your hands and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't like
pop.
It sounds different.
It does sound different. I don't like pop music. In general, I don't like, yeah, it's catchy and it's like meant to sound very like easily consumable and stuff like that. The only pop musician I like is Lady Gaga. And it's only because she has a lot of range. She can play piano. She plays like a lot of different instruments and like, yeah, she creates pop music and stuff, but she does try to do other stuff. And I know she's capable of other stuff. And
she's a very talented lady.
She's very, very, very talented. And like this latest album is very grunge, 90s, 80s, disco stuff in there. It's not just
your
pure
sort of thing.
It is, yeah. Like I like all sorts of music. I can listen to rock, emo, grunge, not necessarily pop, but like, like orchestral music. I will listen to a lot of different stuff because I feel like people are capable of enjoying a variety of different things, right?
Well,
usually.
Absolutely. Like my music taste, it used to be like one straight path, right? Because I thought that's what I was meant to like, and I was like 9 Inch Nails, Tool, Devin Townsend. But then it's like I started actually paying attention to what I liked about that stuff and the aspects of it that were in different genres and different stuff. Like I would I'm really into like polyrhythms, like where things get quite strange and weird. I like synthesizers and I like minor keys, like key changes, like unexpected things. Very, I guess people would call it. I quite like sad music a lot of the time, and I like things that people might consider as a bit too weird. But now I listen to mostly. I've been listening to a lot of Level 42, which is like jazz funk stuff.
I love jazz funk. Yeah, that shit's great.
I tell you what, Japanese jazz funk is incredible.
I got for Christmas a Japanese funk vinyl. I'll show you it later. But yeah, I love that stuff. Like I think it's important to listen to all these different genres because they all have things in them that do and can make them really special, and they all take from different genres.
Yeah, and we connect in a way like me and you. We probably have quite different music tastes, but there are the similarities of the things that we do like, such as Shack Attack, Bitch to the Boys. She's such a bitch to the boys.
I was like, wait, what? And then it clicked.
We both love that song for some reason.
I think you'll find that we actually like a lot more music in common than...
we probably do.
We do. Yeah, because I like that kind of music.
Yeah, and I like synth pop and 80s and new wave stuff. Like, it's fucking brilliant.
Do you... I mean, I've never asked you, but I feel like you'd like the Midnight, but I feel like you don't for some reason.
I haven't listened to enough to make an opinion that I would be comfortable saying. Yeah. So I'm not going to say, no way, that's not for me, because I would like to make an informed
opinion. Oh my God, that's so unreasonable of you. Fuck.
I know, right?
No, you definitely should, because I feel like you might like something, but it might be one of those things where I'm thinking there's synth stuff in there and it's kind of like vaporwave synth that
I'm going to make you a playlist. I'm going to make you a mixtape.
Please do. Oh, yes.
I'm going to put it on cassette. I'm going to fucking do it.
Yes.
I'm going to make you a mixtape of things that I like, right? And there might not be things that you necessarily like, but it's like, this is me in cassette form. I'm going to do it.
Please, because I've got a cassette player and everything. Like,
yes.
Please do. Oh my God.
I love that.
I highly recommend try listening to the Midnight and see.
I will.
Yeah.
Because this is something that I really enjoy doing. Like, when I get to know someone, I want to know everything about them, and I want to know the music that makes them tick, because it says so much about a person, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've recently been, other than the jazz funk stuff, I've been listening to a lot of like ambient, but also a lot of Tangerine Dream and Vangelis. And
I love Vangelis so. Rest in peace.
Oh, you see?
Rest in peace.
You see?
He's like that. Here's me. Oh.
Do you want to go? Should we go to Greece together? You can translate everything, and we can just sit and listen to Vangelis.
I love him. He's so talented. But it's like the music in like Twin Peaks, for example.
Yes.
Just very. I like the drony, synthy.
It's like the ambient soundscapes of stuff.
Yeah, like the soundtrack in, like, I know you've watched Severance. Like the soundtrack in Severance is very. Oh God, it's so good. Oh my God, Brilliant. It's amazing. But yeah, this is why I like all sorts of music, because there's so much beauty in all these different genres. It's insane.
And there's so many different things, and there's so many connections between them all that you're going to find something in common with everyone that you can talk about that you love, right? And music is one of those things that I find it so easy because I have synesthesia. So it's like it provides an incredible emotional response as well as visual. Like, I physically feel music and I can see it. So when it's really pretty colors and stuff, and I get this euphoria, just so good.
It's
and
so
when
wonderful.
When I can connect with someone over music, that it's like, oh my God, this is like I'm sharing a soul with someone.
Yeah,
right?
I love
like
anybody I've ever been like sort of really close with, or like I will make a playlist and like share songs through that playlist. So
oh my God, we're totally gonna. We
should do that on Spotify as well. But I still want that mixtape, because
you're getting it.
That would be amazing. That would be such an amazing present.
So my car. He's been a little bit of a bastard. Well, I say he, it's a she. Her name is Sabine. And and I've had her for maybe like probably 10 years, maybe more. And I've only recently got her a new stereo, right? She did have a tape deck. She did have a multi-CD player, but it got wet because she's leaky. She is very leaky. She's all wet, and she's all wet inside. And so I removed all the tapes from my car that I'd had. And it was such a very eclectic mix of things. I had atmospheric synthesizer volumes 1 through 4, which includes things like Vangelis. It's just somebody that's sitting there just playing it. It had Wham. I had Spice Girls, which is the tape that I won in a colouring competition when I was about 6.
Oh, wow.
And then I had Frank Zappa, my friend's music, which is Phonoghosts and Graham Cartner, which is so fucking weird. Recommend it if you like the weird, like if you like feeling really dizzy when you listen to music. If you like feeling like you're going to be sick, yeah, it's great. Play that really loud in the car. And then like my dad's tapes from when he was in his teens. And so I went and got all my tapes out of my car and put them with the rest of the tapes, and I've got sets of blank tapes, and I'm like, I should really make some tape. Like, I don't really listen to tape. I love getting them though. The fact that my friends are still releasing music on tape cracking stuff.
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like I will listen to tapes every now and again and vinyls for sure because I've got my vinyl set up and, you know, I definitely put vinyls on. But obviously for ease of access, it's, you know, Spotify, tick.
Yep.
You know, here's the song that I want to listen to. But I will always listen to my vinyls when I'm in the mood for it. I love how
I have a friend and he listens to Apple Music and I listen to Spotify. So when we share music, he finds a link to Spotify to give to me and I find the link to Apple Music to give to him. I'm like, I'm not making an account with Apple Music, mate. You can sod off.
Yeah, but it's nice that you like people have their preference and then you can just easily go and find it on the
fact that I've gone to the effort of like, hey, I'll find this on Apple Music for you because I think it's important.
Yeah, oh, it's sweet.
It's important. But yeah, well, we do have a movie podcast, I guess, as well as a music podcast.
Listen, when we get passionate about certain things, and you know, I want to apologize to the viewers, but at the same time, it's like I kind of like these tangents because it's just nice to talk about these other things because that's just what life is about. But we do try to get back on topic.
We do.
We try.
Do you know when I listen to a podcast? The subject is a good like jumping off point, yeah. For example, movies. But what makes it really listenable is the people behind that podcast and their personalities and the little bits that kind of seep inwards into the discussion.
100%. Yeah.
It's like we're not derailing it so it's an entire podcast of us talking about handbags and lipstick and whatever because that's women stuff. What's your favorite shade of lipstick?
Well, I've got very pronounced lips, so I kind of like more. Well, not that I don't like red or like pronounced colors, but obviously red is very out there, very intense, right?
You go for very subtle tones.
I like subtle tones, yeah.
You have very bold eye makeup, like sometimes as well, like but so you have to kind of take the attention away from the other aspects of the face because if you go too full, you look like Marge Simpson's makeup gun.
Oh my god, I love that gun so much. that clip always makes me laugh my ass off. It's just so funny.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah.
I've been binging The Simpsons recently as well.
First 10 seasons are you know.
It's so feel good.
Yeah. But yeah, our movie today. It's so funny because when we started the episode, you were like, bam, 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 Labyrinth, bam, 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 bam. You were in it straight away. I was like, okay, she's cooking. She's
let her cook.
Let her cook. And then the derail.
And then let her cook a bit more in a different way.
It's because you asked me about, you know, how I felt about the music because it is a musical. So
it is, yeah. And personally, like there are some absolute bangers. Like I've been singing the Fire Gang song like ever since. Chill it down with the Fire Gang. Do 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 do. And the Masquerade Ball, I think that set me up for a lifetime of disappointment because I will never have that kind of level of Masquerade Ball. I want that.
That Masquerade Ball is so ethereal, which obviously was the point. But just gorgeous. Really, really pretty.
And even the end bit, honestly, every song in it I is so listenable, I find personally. And iconic. And the sounds that they use, even just the amount of reverb that they've managed to put on David Bowie's vocals. David Bowie actually did the baby gurgle noises in the Dance Magic Dance track. He did that. He was like, I guess I'll just have to gurgle. Oh my
god, that's iconic behavior though. What a king.
Right? What a king. So I've seen this movie a lot.
Fun fact, first time for me. Never
really? Wow.
I've always like heard Labyrinth, you know. Labyrinth. Oh no.
What?
So I always thought that this movie and Pan's Labyrinth was the same thing.
Oh.
I've just had like a fucking light bulb moment where I was like, why did I think that this was this movie? But I've only just now clocked on. Because Pan's Labyrinth is the one with the fucking hands and the eyes.
The one with the hands. It's weird.
Oh, God.
I heard the neurons connecting in your brain just then.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Because all this time I thought that was the movie, but then I was like, no, it's the other one. It was just one of those things where they just kept like mashing together for me. But I've also never seen Pan's Labyrinth either. But
I think that you should. I need to see it again. I literally got it on Blu-ray like a couple of years ago, and I just haven't bothered to watch it again. I was like, I'll go around to it.
The reviews for it are absolutely mental. Like Rotten Tomatoes, 95%. IMDb has 700,000 reviews, and it's at 8.2. So, crikey. Huge.
Yeah, we might have to put that on our list at some point, I think.
I think that's a good shout, yeah.
Because, again, it's an ethereal sort of... it's got a vibe about it, obviously, even though it's set in the war. The war. I think around that time, the war. But it's Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo, which is a lovely name.
It is.
But yeah, it's easy to get these things confused. I'm not going to make fun of you. I want to. It
was just one of those things where it's like, wait a minute. I thought, oh my God. It's just such an easy mistake to make. I think the name just threw me off, I guess.
Yes. I mean, I get films confused all the fucking time. And especially when you watch a lot of them, or you hear a lot of films being thrown at you from, it's like, my brain cannot keep up. What's going on? So this is quite a lot more light-hearted, I'd say, Labyrinth than Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, definitely. It's very campy, very showy.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's definitely a boof movie. It's the way that everything is covered in glitter.
It's so nice. I love it so much.
Absolutely beautiful. And it was filmed next door to Legend, which also has a similar soft, glowing, ethereal vibe about it. And Legend is one that I'm so big on. Like, I could live in the little cottage in that. It's just fantastic. So it's a beautiful setting, even in the most disgusting, grubby bits of the Goblin City. It's still got glitter.
Yeah. No, because I remember like looking at certain scenes, and I'm thinking, like, I think when they were in the cave system, or like the underground, and I could see glitter, and I'm like, or like sparkly. I'm like, oh wow. That's so pretty. And I don't know why. So it was like scratching a part of my brain when I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, it's like with the water effect in Wild at Heart. And I'm like, whoa, that's so nice to look at.
Hypnotic.
Yeah.
They've done really well with the visuals. And I think it's part of like the Brian Froud. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing his name right, but he did the Dark Crystal stuff as well. So it's all really fantastical, ethereal, magical sort of feeling that you get from all of the. It's like it's everything that I want life to be.
Yeah, I mean, when she was running in that town, when she was getting home and it was raining, and I'm looking at the town and I'm like, oh my God, that looks so idyllic. So, yeah, you know that the bit at the beginning, I need to double check my fact because I don't want this to turn into another David Bowie wears potpourri in his pants moment. For me, which it was. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong about it. I can't find any facts about this. Let's do this. Let's listen to me typing. I just love movies from like these times where we're never going to be able to ever really replicate this ever again because of how today's standards are. I mean, I feel like Stranger Things like anything that's set in like the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s that's made today, they do try to make it at least have the vibe that it was like made around that time, but it's not quite there. But I find comfort because of, you know, obviously these are movies from our time, and I just find comfort in looking at them because I'm like, oh my God, look at all the practical effects and the sets and everything just looks...
Just look at it.
So nice. It looks so nice.
That park, the one where she runs through, is in Buckinghamshire.
Oh.
So it's not too far off from where my mom lives, in Milton Keynes. So I might go there. I might drive down to West Wickham Park in Buckinghamshire and go, and I'll float around in my floaty dress and recite things at it. Everyone just go and wish for owls to turn up, and there's a big dog called Merlin.
Oh, that dog. I love that dog. Is that the dog's name, Merlin?
Merlin is the dog, yeah, in real life. So Labyrinth has the reality things, and then it has the labyrinth things, and there's the connections throughout it. So we meet Merlin, her dog, but then in the labyrinth, there's a similar dog called Ambrosius.
Well, yeah, just to preface this movie, it's like, it's a coming of age, you know, story of her like trying to come to grasp with like womanhood as well, I guess. It's obviously like layered, and you know, the things that appear in the labyrinth and in this like plane of reality, things from her real life bleed into, you know, into this setting, which I thought was quite nice, because I'm like, you know, what's the point of, like, what's the plot of this movie? Like, what's going on? Why is she's obviously wished away her little brother, and the Goblin King took the baby, but what's going on? Like, what is the story trying to say with this?
What is the hidden what is going on? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because it's clearly like a, you know, like this is.
Do you think there's metaphors?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think like there was like what was she, fought her stepmother or something at one point?
Yeah.
So definitely like a coming of age story.
She's going through some shit, and she asks the Goblin King to take baby Toby away.
She acts like a fucking brat, and obviously that's the point, right? You know, they're like, can you...
I also was a brat at that. I don't know how old she meant to be in that film.
I mean, if I had to guess, 16, because the mom was like, didn't she say you should be having dates at your age or some crap like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Yeah, she's just bratty, and she lives in fantasy land as well, because I mean, I think she might be in a school play. She's maybe
16.
Yeah, I thought so.
She's supposed to be 16, which makes it really weird that Jareth's like, I want to love you.
Well, it's also like, because I did a bit of like reading up, and I think there's also like the whole like older man preying on her type of deal, but I don't know what that means though. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Because there's nothing in like her real life that indicates any sort of like older man preying on her or trying to love her or whatever.
Do you think it's because she wants her dad
to love her
and pay attention to her and talk to her? Because he's like, I just wanted to talk to you. Anyway, the baby's fed and put to bed. And she's like, you really wanted to talk to me, didn't you? You really wanted that. Yeah, like she just wants.
Yeah, it could be.
Dad.
That's a valid interpretation for sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, because it could be like multiple things, but I want to lean towards that because it makes sense.
Yeah,
because she obviously does a lot of character development throughout the film, right?
Yes,
throughout this labyrinth.
I think that. Like, she's not even doing a school play. I think she's just she's just reciting the book. There's nothing that says that this is a school play other than the fact that she's a her mum, we sort of gained from the clues in her bedroom that her mum was an actress.
Yeah.
So because she has a like newspaper clippings in a scrapbook. She has pictures of her mum, and like, so I think her mum must have died. She was an actress, so maybe she wants to become an actress just like her mum.
I think she wants to be an actress, and she uses all these forms of escapism to just cope with reality, like with all the stuffed toys and all the things that she finds comfort in. And she's very resentful to her stepmom and to the baby, you know, her stepbrother. And I think she just, escapism, and she just doesn't want to live in reality. And whenever she is faced with reality, she gets very miffed.
Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to have to babysit this little shit.
Yeah.
Because he's a shit.
She doesn't want responsibility.
Even during filming, he wouldn't stop crying, so they had to get like a sooty puppet to like.
Well, whose baby was that, by the way? Like,
so that, you know, the conceptual designer Brian Froud, who like did all of the like the like designs of everything. It was his son, Toby Froud.
Mm-hmm.
So he then later became a puppeteer as well.
Oh,
which is nice.
That is nice.
So yeah, that's the baby.
I just loved whenever I saw David Bowie with the baby. He was just vibing. He was just so chill when he's holding that baby, and I'm like, oh,
throwing it 6 foot in the air.
Oh, that was the best part. That was like iconic.
It was. It absolutely was. And so yeah, she doesn't want to. She's got her safe stuff, and she hates that they took her teddy bear to give to Toby.
Yeah.
And that, like, Lancelot the bear, and so she starts reciting stuff to get the goblins to take the baby away. And the goblins, I don't know where they are. Are they living in the walls? They're listening. They're
definitely watching and listening from somewhere, like they're in a cinema or something. Or they're
all asleep and they wake up. Like, what the fuck are they doing there the whole time? They're just
or maybe they're the toys-ish?
Well, maybe? I don't know.
Like, it would have helped if they had like some sort of crystal or something that shows that they're watching from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of them just being like, oh, she's gonna say it, she's gonna... And they're just...
But I think it's like they're in a different realm altogether, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But she eventually does say the right words, and instantly Toby stops crying.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, why have you stopped crying? We're baby.
And then I love it when she's like looking for him, and all the little goblins are in the room, like skittering around up and down, and you can't really see them properly because they're just sort of like flashing about little shadows and movements.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
I just don't know why he would want to be like, before he breaks out into song and dance, you know, he's in the room with the baby and like all the goblins, and all the goblins are quintessential annoying little fuckwads. And he's like rubbing his head like, oh my god, these fucking assholes are giving me a headache. So it's like, bastards. Why do you want to be surrounded by all these goblins? They're the worst. You know what I mean?
I'd love to know the backstory to Jareth.
I want to know the backstory.
What's going on with him?
Yeah, somebody please explain this. But also, there's a question of, you know, obviously she's in this reality where she has to go through a labyrinth and all these like things exist, but is it like real? Is she imagining this shit? Is she daydreaming? Is she having a nightmare? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or is it actually happening?
I think, yeah. She doesn't want to cope with real life, and is she just like dreaming it? Like there's a bit near the end where she's like, oh, it was just a dream, you know?
Yeah.
And but I do like his reveal of the Goblin King when he turns up through the owl at the window.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me. So I have a tattoo on my back of a barn owl.
Oh.
And I was going to call him Jareth, but I accidentally called him Jared. So. Whoops.
Oh, Jareth would have been.
Well, he's Jareth, really. He's my little labyrinth owl on the back there. But yeah, the reveal where the sort of French doors blow open and there's loads of glitter and it's like, wow. And then he starts doing his crazy shit with his ball.
Yeah, I think I wrote in my notes that you told me that he had like, it was either you or I read it, but there was like a person doing the hand movements like underneath or something. Beneath
the cape,
there
was a man that could do contact juggling, doing the shit. And it worked quite well, I'd say. I didn't actually notice it until I read about it.
Yeah, neither did I. I was like, oh, that's cool. But then I remembered, nice. I was like, oh, wait, no, there's somebody, I think somebody else is doing that. Yeah,
and I did actually try to learn how to do that, but then I've got really long nails, so I can't do it.
There's a girl I've seen, then you've probably seen her too, that she posts videos of her doing that stuff with like crystal balls where it doesn't look like she's not touching it. And there's always like a song over it, and it's really mesmerizing to watch, actually.
It's brilliant. She has to rescue Toby before the time is up. For some reason there's 13 hours on the clock. I don't know.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why
sure.
not, eh?
And so she does. She goes to the labyrinth. I can't actually remember how she gets there.
He points out the window.
Oh, yeah.
And she takes a look and she steps through it, I guess, and she's just magically there.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. And then everything's covered in glitter and it's like this desolate sort of like dead landscape outside of the labyrinth, right? And there's Hoggle there killing the fairies who are bitey.
Oh, those fairies were so like cool though. They're so cool to look at. Yeah.
Yeah. They were great. And he was killing them because they're pests. They're bitey little pests. And this is the first sort of aspect we get that things aren't what you expect. You know, you expect fairies to be granting wishes and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first thing that she encounters is some fucking goblin-looking ass dude pissing into I don't know what that is, a fountain of sorts, right? And you're just like,
yeah, why not just piss on the floor? Why are you pissing in the fountain, man?
Oh, yeah, and I'm just like, and then but he's going around with this little like pesticide spray thing, and he's going around spraying all these fairies, and she's like, oh, you're a monster. Then the fairy immediately like takes a bite, and she's like, what the? And
so it's like she expects them to be a certain thing, and they're not.
Well, that just plays into the whole. She lives in a fairy tale in her head, right?
Yes.
And then, but in reality, that's just not how it is.
So she has to ask the right question. How do I get into the labyrinth? Because he won't answer the fucking question otherwise. Because he's a dick.
Yes, things need to be said in a certain way in this place for some bizarre reason.
Yeah, you're dealing with a lot of dickheads here.
Also, I saw that George Lucas was an executive producer on this.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And also, he didn't want his name to be all over it because he was like, I want it to be about Jim Henson, not about me.
What a Chad.
Yeah, he's a good boy because he was good friends with Jim Henson. So, so she gets in the labyrinth and he's just like, yeah, get fucked. I don't give a shit what you do. And she's like running a straight line around the edge of the labyrinth. It's just a completely straight. It's massive. It just goes on forever. This straight line, and it looks great. But I can tell. The matte painting at the end that she nearly runs into. But the way that they did the labyrinth and stuff is really clever. Like a lot of perspective and
yeah. I was trying to figure it out while I was watching because it's like you said, there's like the set, but then there's the depth perception setting where it like looks like it goes on longer than it physically does.
Yeah. And that in itself is like an optical illusion. Like, the differences of perspective and how everything sort of like is completely different depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, which is beautiful because again, it's the physical props, physical sets, where now it's like a mashup of both, where it's the physical set with the green screen.
And they did so well with the miniatures and the paintings.
Oh, it's so beautiful and intricate, and I respect it so much.
I do. Because there's something about physical, like the way that they do films physically like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It just shows. I'm not saying you have to toil and kill yourself over working really hard on something for it to be, great. But it just shows how in depth and how hard people worked. Like in the Matrix scene with Hugo Weaving, where there's like multiple versions of him and there's like a whole line of Hugo Weavings, and everyone thought for years that was just CGI, but it's not. It's not. It's multiple
loads of masks.
Well, no, it was like multiple physical mannequin versions of him. And they all and physical artists and they had to go in and physically do his features and put the clothes on and make this illusion. And it wasn't just like a simple CGI, click of a button.
We say simple CGI. We're not downplaying the fact that CGI is an art in itself.
No, it definitely is, but it feels like there's just too much of it that there's not CGI, balance, right?
Yeah, the CGI owl at the beginning of Labyrinth as well was just that. I mean, it was very, very early days of computer-generated imagery, and so it looks tacky and naff. They redid it for the DVD in 2001, so it still looks tacky and naff.
Yeah, it does.
But it's still something that I wish I could do.
No, it's definitely hard work, and I don't mean to diminish any sort of like VFX CGI work in any way, but I just respect the physical labor that goes into set making and prop making and making sure that like a scene, whether it might be small or big, has just so much love and so much care and attention to detail in it.
It's wonderful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so this labyrinth, she has to ask a worm, "Hello, Carl, come inside and have a cup of tea."
I love that worm.
That worm, fucking... Is he... I don't know what accent is his. Is it London? Is he a London worm?
I don't know. He says hello. So...
Hello? I think he's from London. I think he's a Cockney worm.
I'm listening to it now. It's like, nah, just a worm. Yeah. Come inside, meet the... No, that sounds a bit northern, maybe.
Well, there's a lot of different accents. I was trying to place all of them throughout the film.
That one I don't think is London. That sounds north.
Right, I'm going to get it.
Do people in London...
He's a Cockney accent. He's got a Cockney accent.
Does he?
Yeah.
Do they say missus over there?
Yeah, come inside now. Come meet the missus. Yeah, they do.
Oh, I thought that would be more northern than anything.
He's well, there is some there's some northerners in this. I love
the heads.
Yeah. I've always said, how is she gonna get into a wall? This worm's fucking stupid. Come on. Look at the size of you. Look at the size of her. You think she's gonna fit through a little crack in a wall?
Oh, is this the scene with with the...
He's like, she's like, how do I... There's no fucking way into this labyrinth, and he's like, yeah, don't matter, just come inside, have a cup of tea.
Oh yeah, come on. I was mixing it up.
Come and meet Mrs.
I was mixing it up with the scene where it was like an optical, like when you look at it, it looks like it's the same wall, but when you look at it from a certain angle, it's not. Just looks like it's the same wall.
He says like, oh, just keep walking forwards and you'll you'll be able to nothing is what it seems in this labyrinth. Just keep walking into that wall. And then he laughs at her because she walks straight. I want to make a fucking YouTube poop of this stupid film where she walks straight into a wall and is knocked out because the worm took the piss and was like, just keep trying to walk into that wall. Go on.
Yeah.
like a
idiot.
platform 9 3/4 fucking shit. But but Harry Potter just completely crashes into it.
Yeah, that would have been funny, actually.
So she finds a way, and he's like, no, don't go that way. Never go that way. Gosh, she's gone that way. She's gone straight to that castle. Poor blimey.
Oh, blimey.
I'm a Cockney worm. I ain't never been to London. I'm a fucking worm. Where'd I come from?
Yeah, there was a lot of those different types. Like, the heads were amazing. I loved them. That's a bit further on, but they were great. I love them.
Oh, please. I haven't said it for such a long time.
Yeah, I love that part so much.
I always laughed because it's like, why are you giving this guy a West Yorkshire accent? Oh, please.
Just reminded me.
I haven't said it for such a long time.
It reminds me of the head from Art Attack.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Oh my god! I'm reading a Reddit thread from 4 years ago. I've always reviewed the Labyrinth as a sort of cultural mixing pot. Children come from all over the world and oftentimes get stuck there with Jareth. Most of them adapt the British accent because they're young enough.
I love that. People trying to find logic in this.
Yeah. So these children go to the Labyrinth, they get stuck, and they listen to David Bowie, and they suddenly go British. I don't know what it is. Fucking hell. And so are all the characters meant to be like people who got turned into strange creatures? Everyone's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, again, it goes back to this. Is this just her daydreaming? Is this actually real? Is she projecting? Because she's got a lot of, like, plush toys, right? And, like, a lot of little fucking creatures in her room, so...
So there is a bit, you know, where she's in the junk lady's piling stuff on her.
Oh, yes.
And it's like she's trying to make her become another junk lady, because the first time I watched this as a kid, I didn't realize that there was loads of these junk people walking around. I didn't realize there were other ones because they weren't talking. They blended in so well, but they're piles of junk on top of people, and she's piling all of Sarah's stuff on her, going, oh, you love Betsy Boo, don't you? Come on, put some Betsy Boo. I only got a printing game. It's lovely. And so she's stacking all this shit onto Sarah. Mm-hmm. And I think that the same thing happened to everybody there, that they fell for it and they became the junk people.
Oh, that's clever. Yeah. That's a good one. That's really... Because they didn't clock on that there were other ones, but they just weren't talking, right? So... Yeah,
I mean, I didn't notice at first because it's so well done. The whole of that junkyard is almost all of it is like moving in parts of it. Like, they're different things. So I would wager that a lot of, like, some of the things, like some of the goblins may have been people. Maybe.
Well,
maybe
they were... I mean, it's why when he took the baby, it was to turn the baby into a goblin, no?
Yeah. But I don't know why. I guess, you know, this is how they reproduce. They just steal babies.
I think that's probably it. I mean, I'm going to Google it now, but my assumption was he takes... You know, I mean, some of them are varying different heights and sizes and all that kind of stuff. They're very different. They're just like people. Yeah. They're all different. They're not like a breed of dog where you've got a very standard... I've been watching Crufts. There's a standard breed of dog. But yeah, the accents and stuff, it's I love it. That all the different sort of... The fact that a lot of them are British... But you don't really notice these things until somebody points it out, that there is actually a huge difference of, like, cultures, I guess, in a lot of films. And I like being able to pick out the fucking northern accent in a bloody massive head. Yeah, true, actually. Because I can't remember if the Dark Crystal had the same type of thing with all the different accents.
I think it did, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the Skeksis, like a couple of them were British.
Yeah, so I'm looking now. Sorry, forgive my ignorance because I'm not, very read up on Jim Henson, but he's British, yeah?
Jim Henson is American.
He's American, okay. So where does the Britishism come into all this?
Brian Froud was the conceptual designer, but it was all filmed in, well, there was parts of it that were filmed in Elstree Studios in the UK. A lot of films of that era were filmed in London because it had nice big studios. So I guess, and also David Bowie's a good bit for Goblin King. But yeah, look, I think it's just a case of like casting what feels best for, like the Dark Crystal. A part of it was filmed in Yorkshire as well. I don't know where the Brian Froud is actually. Where you from? Right, where you from?
Where you from?
Hampshire. So yeah, he's it's all, England is very, very fairy tale in a lot of parts, isn't it? Because a lot of the visualizations of everything are very similar to British woodland and countryside. Yeah,
I saw a lady post a video where she was like on a jog and she was like, oh, she's on a jog, and she was like somewhere in Scotland, and she's like, and I just randomly saw, like, she goes this, and it's just so magical, and there was like this little opening to like a little like dense forestry, and she walks in and it's just the most breathtaking vista of like a little cottage with a waterfall, and it's just so like, what the fuck, like this was just some off, like this path off of to the side, and it just sort of is just there, and it's so beautiful, and it's like, what there's parts of the UK that are just absolutely magical.
Honestly, like those little parts. I love going to the Lake District because it is like you've got these massive rolling hills and mountains and streams just running down huge valleys, and there's just random little sheep and deers, and it's same with Scotland. Wales. Like, oh my god, there is nothing else that is quite the same, because even the flat bits of England are very pretty, like the massive like meadows you can get and farmland, and I love the different countries all have such beautiful like scenery. And one of the places that I really want to visit in America is like Colorado with all the mountainous and the forests. Oh, the green bits of America would be great, but yeah, it's there's a lot of fairy tale sort of places, and of course, like The Hobbit was filmed in New Zealand.
Yeah, well, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, that's the one. Which is again so pretty and fantastical, and great.
It's really breathtaking stuff.
So when I need to relax and stuff, there are the places that I go to in my mind, which are in Legend, the forests and the meadows in Legend, the bits in Labyrinth, like not the Bog of Eternal Stench, and also like Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah,
the forest in that. Oh, it's so lovely. All the Ghibli stuff.
Oh, I really want to go to the Ghibli studio thing in Japan. But apparently it's like really hard to get tickets for it, because it's always like, I think whenever they go live, it's really busy, but it's also, they only make availability for tickets like 2 weeks in advance.
Wow.
And then I think you have to be like really quick in getting the tickets, and it's just like, but yeah, hopefully the next time I go, fingers crossed, because it looks looks amazing there. It looks really cool.
It really does. That's the one of the, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Well, fucking great. I forgot what I was on about. She does go into the labyrinth a little bit more, and she's doing that thing where she's drawing arrows on the paving, and there's little guys messing with it. on the journey around.
Oh yeah, where she's like putting down the markings and he's like flipping the tiles around, little turd.
Yeah, this you little fucking
little
shank.
shit. Yeah.
Oh my god! I just realised that who is in this. I'll get to that point. I'm looking at the cast list. I'm like, so she meets it's the guy with the bird on his head, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. This is after the little thing was like messing
She's
around
like,
with the tiles.
Yeah, she's like, it's not fucking fair, you dickheads. Fucking stop it. And then, so obviously, this old bird. Wait,
No, you've skipped. I've
skipped.
Yeah,
Well, see, I haven't written notes. I'm just going off.
No, that's fine. So she gets in there, and then the thing is like messing around with the tiles, and then David Bowie, the Goblin King, has this like little song and dance sequence. Throws the baby in the air,
chucking the baby around. Of course.
Yeah, it's really great. He's really into it.
I like. There's a bit where like one of the goblins has caught a bird in a net. In a fishing net. It's a real bird. They've caught it. I do really like that song, Dance Magic Dance. It is a good one. It's not my favourite, but it's a catchy little number.
It's a catchy little tune.
And he's got his dick and balls in prominent display in all of this.
Well, I think the first time I noticed his bulge was a bit later in the film, and I was like, damn, he's packing.
Is it the bit where Hoggle grabs onto his leg and it's like, mate, is that really a necessary scene?
Let me type in my notes. Packing. David Bowie was packing, so the rocks it's the scene where the rocks line up and it creates this weird like optical illusion.
Yes,
I think it's
the optical illusion again.
Yeah, and I'm like, God damn, because it's like a full body shot, and I think the lights, and I'm like, and you could just because they're tight. Those pants are tight.
Yeah, they are tights. You know, I love it.
Oh God, crazy! I can't. I put the control find function just to find the word packing in my notes.
Packing.
Oh God.
So yeah, David Bowie's having a dance. He's thrusting his bulge into the faces of many goblins. And is this the bit where she meets? No,
the doors.
The doors
with the red and the blue.
Yes. So there's a creature on the top and the bottom of each of these shields, and two of them have a Scottish accent. See, I was trying to place the accents of all of these, and I was like, is that guy from Birmingham? I'm sure one of them had a Brummy accent.
The doors, yeah. I love those two. They were really weird because the things that they were holding had like really weird stuff on them, like the yin and yang, and it had like Nordic stuff on there, and I was like, what the fuck? But they were also like English as well. I'm like, what is going on with these two?
It's and this bit always fucking confused me, even though she was trying to explain it, and she still got it fucking wrong, right?
Oh, the door, she was so sure of herself, yeah. I thought she was really onto something. I'm like, oh, that's smart.
But then she got, like, what is the, if the oubliette is the good thing, what on earth is, all right, okay, I'm going to Google this one, right? Because it's the one always lies and one always tells the truth.
Yeah.
Thing. Labyrinth, doors, riddle, right? Okay. Ask one guard which door the other guard say will lead out, because both guards will indicate the same door, which will be the door that doesn't lead out.
Oh,
okay?
Fucking hell, you lost me, like... Then the more you kept saying doors, I was like, door. I feel like I'm in the labyrinth now.
Yeah. So say we've got Lewis and Simon, right?
Right.
Picture them. Picture them. One always lies and one always tells the truth. Now, we know that Simon is a filthy, dirty liar, but just cast that aside.
Okay.
So if we say to Simon, if we say, Simon, which door would Lewis tell me is the right door? And I've confused myself. Let's move on.
I'm desperately trying to follow it.
Right. Like, it doesn't even fucking make any sense. You ask one of them which door the other one would say leads out, and then both of them will indicate the same door.
I think it was... I don't think there was like a right answer. I think they were just fucking with her, though. I think she may have gotten the right answer, but I think they just wanted to mess with her.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened, unless I'm missing a beat. Because I remember when I watched this, it was like a long day, and I thought maybe I'd like miss something. But I was like, but when she said the answer, I was like, oh, that sounds right. That sounds really smart, actually. Yeah.
Look, I think if you say anything with enough conviction, like, you can believe it.
Well, she was very like convinced of it, right?
She does the opposite of what the guard tells her. Okay.
Yeah.
She does the opposite because the one who tells the truth will say, I'm the door that is the right door, right? It's telling the truth. I'm the right door. And then the other door, you say, is that the right door? Would he tell me that he is the right door? And he lies. Would he tell me he's the right... Would he tell me? Would he tell me? And this door lies and he says... Right, he lies. With this door... If I'm thinking about... So she goes through the door and she falls down a hole.
Oh.
I can't fucking do it, man. Can't do it. Do you know, I couldn't...
I'm pretty sure they were gaslighting her. I'm pretty sure they just wanted, like, I think she may have gotten the right answer and they were like, go fuck yourself. Because it feels like everything in that place is just set out to fucking sabotage her.
Yeah, even if it's a riddle.
Like,
right?
think about the bridge. Think about the bridge itself. The thing that was guarding the bridge. He's like, I'm supposed to guard the bridge, nobody's allowed to cross the bridge. As soon as anybody does, that shit falls apart.
Yeah.
So everything in this place is just set to fuck with her.
I think the thing is, like, they said, right, so this is a riddle. One of us always lies and one of us always tells the truth. But that was a lie. And they both there isn't a fucking riddle at all.
So maybe the one that always lies said that.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, so see, they were fucking with her. There has to be.
Like, both of them lie anyway and say that it's a riddle, and this is not a fucking riddle. Both of the doors lead to the same big hole. It's a hole. It's all a series of holes. Life is a series of holes.
So it says in the scene, would he tell me that this door leads to the castle? Cleverly exploits the fact that one guard always lies and the other always tells the truth, leading her to the correct choice. The one, it says on this Reddit thread, it says the ones underneath aren't lying. Because remember, there's two sets of heads.
Oh. Wait, what? No.
Yeah, there's two sets of heads, remember?
Yeah, I know, but like, what? With the two.
Wait, okay, so this guy says, as a kid, I always thought Sarah got it wrong and picked the wrong door, and that her question was flawed. Later, I thought maybe she did it right, but the guards left out the caveat of one door leads to the castle as long as you step over the trap door. Later, I thought, why didn't she ask an easy question to find the liar, like, is my shirt white? But I guess that goes against the spirit of it. Now, as an adult, I think I've got it. They're both just liars, or at least they have full free will and can choose the lie or to tell the truth.
So, you can only ask one of us. That's right, it's in the rules.
Yeah.
So they agree on that.
my god, this is brilliant. I never thought I'd be like trying to figure this out.
I'm going to look at this. It's a knights and knaves logic puzzle. I love puzzles, but I think I'd probably die in the labyrinth, you know?
Yeah. I think I would.
They'd find me, not necessarily in the oubliette, but they would, I would be like curled up in a corner. Just dead.
I don't want to do this. Can't be
I've given up, mate.
Can't be up. Given up.
I think everything's just a big fuck you in this anyway. So she falls in the oubliette. Well, she falls down a trap door that's got loads of hands that talk to her.
Yeah, the hand well thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got to wonder, like, how many hands are grabbing your ass when you're falling down there?
True.
And the tits, just have a little squidge.
Oh my god, Biff.
I've been sexually harassed by the hands in the well.
Well, I really liked the hand segment because they were using whenever one needed to talk, they would form
other ones a face.
Yeah, it would form a face, and I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking brilliant, dude. It would form the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And the hands, the other hands would come in to use the hands as being like, when we talk, we wave our hands around. I thought that was so cool.
If you're an Italian.
Well, if you're Mediterranean.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, do people from the middle, maybe? I mean, I do. I'm very expressive with my hands, but I'm...
Yes.
That
the Mediterranean is part of the language.
It is, yeah. I think it very much is.
It's why, she doesn't understand me very well if she can't see me, because she needs to look at my hands when I'm making this gesture. This particular gesture that if I sort of make a cylinder with my hand and I move it from side to side. Did you know if you stick your tongue out and like pretend to shake a shaker of salt onto your tongue, you can taste salt?
Yes. I got him.
That's the only body language that we understand, really.
Oh my god!
So these helping hands, like, I mean, they were going to help her. She was like, "I'm pointed this way. I guess I better choose down." I'm like, "You can just climb out. If you say up, like, they'll lift you up, and you can just carry on."
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm pointed down. Guess I'll go down then.
I mean, it's probably easier to ease down than to lift up, right?
For the hands, but like, if like they say to you, right, would you rather go up where there's sunshine or down where you can't see anything?
Sunshine.
Yeah, sunshine. I'd say, hello, hands. Would you use your powers of lifting and talking to just get me back up there so I can kick the shit out of that door, You fucking piece of shit.
You gotta get through the labyrinth, right?
I know, but I'm also gonna take half an hour to kick the shit out of a door.
Yeah, actually, that's within your right.
I'd never save the baby because I've been beating everything up. I'd have found a big stick and I'd just be wailing on everything like, you fucking liars.
Oh, that's so funny.
Biff would
just take... Yeah, I can just picture you now in there just fucking wailing on everything that's clearly lying to you. I
absolutely would. You know them in a bit that you see the goblins with the sticks with the bitey things on?
Yes.
When you meet Ludo.
Yeah,
I'd have nicked one of those and I would be going around walloping everyone. Like... What the fuck are you little rubbery git? Get back here.
They deserve it. A bunch of assholes in there. They do deserve it.
Hoggle's getting hit as well.
Oh god, Hoggle.
Hoggle's the first one to go. Like, he's a freak of nature.
He is, but he has some, character development as well.
He does, right? But also, he's a cunt, and I don't really care You know what? He was really kind of shitty to me in the first place. You know, he was dismissive of the fact that I need to save a baby, and he's like, "Well, you haven't asked the right questions, have you?" He's like a bloody retired man in the UK. Honestly, like, try and talk to anyone. It's like, well, I'm just going to sit in the queue for the pharmacy for 3 hours and complain about it because you've given me the wrong dosage.
Well, I think the thing you'll find with a lot of like older people in general is they don't have a lot going on and they're very lonely. So they will use anything as an excuse to prolong a situation or a conversation.
Are you saying that it's not morally correct for me to beat the shit out of an OAP?
What's an OAP?
An old age pensioner.
I mean, we do it to Simon all the time, so...
That's true. That is actually very true. So, I'm getting a stick and I'm going to go and hit him. I'm going to...
Well, when we're down in Bristol, we can definitely do that.
We're going to get a stick and we're just going to make the shit out of a disabled man. He's disabled because he can't get off the toilet, by the way.
It's a condition!
Most of the time when we talk to Simon, he's like, well, I'm on the toilet.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Simon tells us a shit anecdote about his movements, his bowel movements...
Do you think, right, we see Hoggle having a piss, right? I was watching this film and like halfway through, I had to just go for a toilet break, right? Do you think that Sarah was like, I wish I'd have gone for a shit before I left?
Yeah, she'd be in a bit of a predicament if she's been transported and she needs to go to the loo. But I think about that a lot in films in general.
I do.
You know, when they're on, like, when they're in a situation where they don't, you know, have a lot of time to do certain things and they're stressed out and it's like very time sensitive and it's like, oh my God, I would crumble.
I would like absolutely piss my pants.
Like people who don't eat and they're on like a mission and you don't see the film showing you them eating or going to the bar. Not that I want to see them going to the bathroom.
I would love a bit of the director's cut of Taken where Liam Neeson has to stop and have a shit.
Well, apparently, and this might be misinformation, but apparently he pissed himself once.
I mean, right, so on set, in a film, or just like in general.
Oh my God.
Anecdotally.
I Googled it and the top thing is a Reddit thread that says, why does Liam Neeson pee his pants so much?
What, it keeps happening? David Bowie, you would be able to see everything if you went.
What the fuck? Look at this.
Oh my God, what she sent me. The dreaded Discord notification. Okay, here we go. Why does Liam Neeson pee his pants so much? Oh my God. Alright, there's 4 pictures. And in each one there is a wet patch. He's actually the tight jeans with the... Oh my God, is this real? Is this fucking...
I don't know! What the fuck?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what like Curtis... Yeah. I don't know who Curtis Connelly is. I don't know whether this is what the fuck is going on? Like, who... There's a YouTube channel that's incredibly scary. It's a YouTuber.
Everyone's saying...
He's got 1 million followers on Twitter.
Who, Curtis Connor?
Yeah, who the fuck? None of us don't know who this man is.
He's associated with Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez. I know those two.
I know Drew Gooden. I don't know Danny Gonzalez.
I think they're Vine kids.
Right.
Vine. Who then they were part of the whole
God,
move over.
We should have got on that, G.
Yeah,
we should have got on Vine.
We'd have to have been Vine stars to have done the migration to YouTube.
We should have done it. Anyway, we don't know who these people are. But why there is Liam Neeson pissing his pants?
I don't know, but it's the funniest shit I've fucking ever seen.
Do you know, I love it when you've got this certain like community of people and things and inside jokes, and then suddenly it breaks free of the intended community, and then you've got two women talking about Labyrinth going, so why does Liam Neeson piss his pants so much? Like, what's this about? And it's like, what? I don't know whether it's a joke, don't know whether it's Photoshop, don't know whether he said it.
No, well, there's pictures, like...
Yeah, I know, but I don't know whether they're Photoshopped. Are they Photoshopped?
I don't know. We live in a day and age where it's like... Because they're older... It looks like older pictures, right? Like...
Right.
Because you can... I don't know. Maybe he's just still dresses old-fashioned. I don't know. But it's very concerning. Why does he pee his pants? For anyone who can't see the pictures, there's two of them where he's on his own, and then the other two is he's standing next to a woman, and then the other one is talking to a guy. And there's just like this massive wet patch on where his crotch is. So, what the fuck?
Liam Neeson. Pee. Pictures. Oh god, why am I Googling this? Liam Neeson, but he pisses his pants. Liam Peeson. There is Liam.
Liam Neeson's unapologetic pants pissing a thread.
I don't know how many of you have ever typed Liam Neeson pees pants into Google before, but there's at least 6 different photos of the taken legend with a wet patch around his groin.
Oh my god. Maybe it's a kink. Maybe he just... Or maybe,
it does. I mean,
or maybe he can't.
I'm going to see if I can
penis.
Photoshop a picture of myself pissing my pants. I'm going to see how easy it is to Photoshop someone having wet themselves.
No,
I'm going to have to. It won't be myself.
We're so off topic. Oh my god!
Right? Yeah, but I need to do it to. So I need to like Photoshop somebody that isn't myself, because if I Photoshop myself, someone's going to be like, "Oh, I'd love to see that."
I mean, yeah, you're playing with fire there.
Yeah. All right, let's do Liam Neeson. I'll find a picture. You continue with this. Oh my god! Even the Daily Mail has.
Of course, the Daily Mail. If anyone was going to post about it, it's the Daily fucking Mail. They're the worst. I was talking
There's
about...
a pair of jeans that have already got a pre-wet patch, like the colour is darker. And someone said, I can finally pee my pants unnoticed.
Oh my god. Well, it's like people who wear, like, darker clothing to hide sweat patches or whatever. But that's more normal than just fucking willingly peeing yourself.
Yeah, but I think, if you want to piss your pants, you go for it, man.
No, we're not babies anymore. You can't just piss pant.
Just gonna have to write this down.
We are not babies anymore. You cannot just shit pant. Whenever
7
you
months
want.
ago, no stupid questions. Does Liam Neeson actually piss his pants in public? I feel weird just asking this, but someone mentioned it, and I noticed lots of photos of him walking around with what looks to be like piss on his jeans. The top comment is, "This is my favourite question of 2024. The dude has the largest penis in Hollywood. Sometimes after pissing, there is some leakage." And then Willem Dafoe enters the chat.
Oh my god. This is so deranged. Oh my god.
Oh my god, right, okay. Turns out the answer with these are uninteresting or extremely sad. I don't know, man. Anyway, where were we?
Where were we? Yeah, actually, they're in the caves, and then they, they meet with the heads that talk, and they do that great bit.
Yes,
and I love them very
much. Because
much.
meets her in the oubliette, and he's like, I've got a fucking magic door, me, and it's a broom cupboard, and then, he leads her out through the heads that one of them is northern, and they just want to be warning her, because it's their thing. That's their job to warn. Oh, please. I haven't said it for such a long time.
Yeah,
the path you would take will lead to certain destruction. etc.
I love
so
this scene so much. I don't know why. I just find it so comical and lighthearted, and it's just so well thought out. I just love it so much.
She gave him her bracelet to like sweet talk him into helping her.
Yeah.
And it's like me with anything. He's like, ooh, what is that? And she's like, plastic. And I'm like, oh, plastic. Fucking great. I love plastic. So then, like, does she fuck off again? And Jareth intercepts Hoggle and says, "What are you fucking doing? You were supposed to lead her back to the beginning." He's like, "I am doing."
No, so the crystal ball rolls down the path and they follow it, and then he just appears like a magician out of like a cape. And he's like, "Oh, what a nice surprise!" And they all
nothing, tra-la-la.
Yeah, they're all having a bit of a chat, and then I think she goes, "Yeah, it's been piss easy," and then he's like, "Oh yeah,"
she literally just says, "Piss easy."
Yeah. Oh no. Oh god, we're back on the piss again. It's
no,
on the
it's
brain.
Fine.
No, it's on the brain now.
Oh yeah, it's true.
But yeah, he's like, "Oh no, it's been super easy," and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's been easy." Then he like shortens the time. And then conjures up. He
sends the cleaners.
Yeah,
the cleaners, which is it's this massive machine that is cleaning out what I assume to be like a sewage system. What there's like underground cave networks, maybe sewage, dungeons, probably.
I mean, I don't see any like. Oh, there's bars, I guess, but. I don't know, maybe it can't be sewers because there's no sewage, there's no like water or anything.
Again, like where are all these little goblins pissing and pooping?
Oh god, yeah. There's a lot of them.
What's going on? Like there's a big city.
I know where they are. In the fucking bog.
Oh, in the bog of eternal stench.
Oh, that fucking bog. Jesus Christ.
Oh, the bog. Anyway, the cleaners are you think it's this massive, horrible machine. And I do like the transition. He throws the crystal ball down and then it just sort of like the cleaners appear out of the crystal ball. But they managed to push a door. Look, they push a wall. It's made out of like, it's not what it seems to be again.
Yeah.
And they push it over. And you see these little goblins riding a cycle behind it, like they're pushing it. So again, it's not this big scary machine, it's just some little goblins pushing.
Yeah, they're pedaling behind it. It's quite funny.
Yep. And it's so that's when they climb up this massive ladder, and I think is that when he says, give her this peach. Yeah? Give her this. All right, she's gonna love this. Bitches love
peaches.
They love peaches. They love being given fruit. All right, that bitch some fruit. So, it's not gonna hurt the little lady, is it? And he's like, nah, probably not. I don't know. I'm not really a chemist. I'm not. I don't really grow fruit, but I think it should be fine. Like, I don't know how this is going to interact with any other medication or, like, pre-existing conditions. Maybe she has a heart condition that it could absolutely kill her, you know? We don't know that. We just don't know. Anyway, I think that's a bit... And there's these really weird... There's a crow in the background of this. There's a couple of crows. One of them is a mechanical robot crow. Just spinning its little head round. Whee!
I didn't notice the mechanical crow. When they're or when they've, like, finally...
They've finally emerged, yeah, and it's like the bit with the face. You notice David Bowie's package.
Oh, I see.
I think it's this scene.
No, I think it's a bit later. Yeah, no, that's a little later. Where with the face.
So where are we now?
Well, they've just come out of the sewer.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, no, you're right. You're so right. They come out of the this pot, and this is where we meet the guy with the hat. Yeah?
Yeah, with the bird on his head?
The bird hat.
Yeah, this is the bird hat. Yeah, that's the one.
And he gives her some absolute bullshit advice where literally everybody's been saying the same thing, like, sometimes things aren't always what they seem, but other times they are. And then he goes to sleep.
Based.
It's like talking to me fucking granddad.
Fucking
Thanks,
based.
granddad. Have you got any life advice? Well, when you're decorating, make sure he used to be a painter and decorator. When you're decorating, make sure you use a good, you don't need to actually put a base coat down. You just need to water it down with a little bit of turps and you'll be fine. So that the great life advice for me granddad. Also, like, don't just have a pint of neat whiskey every night and all your troubles will go away if you listen to jazz music. Big band, really loud.
Yeah, another sound piece of advice, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. God bless you, Gangan. That's what I used to call him when I was like 2. So who even knows where we're going with all of this? She gives him a contribution, which is a little ring, and Hoggle's upset that he didn't get the ring. He wanted the ring. And this is why I always carry like a huge number of trinkets on my person. I've got, just in case I run into a man who wants to give me some shit advice, and then a bird says, "Please leave a contribution in the little butt." So that's great. And is this the bit where we meet Ludo, or
the fuzzy bear thing that's like hanging from the tree?
Yeah, the fuzzy bear thing.
I can't remember their names because they're so. I mean, remember how when we talked about the Dark Crystal, I could not remember any characters' names or any of the creatures.
So Ludo is
one of her like stuffed toys, right?
Yeah. Ludo is the big guy. The big guy. Ludo friend,
and they're all like ganging up on him. Oh, they're holding
the little goblins.
Yeah, the sticks. Oh my god.
So those are the sticks that I want. I've just very quickly photoshopped this picture of David Bowie pissing his pants. Literally just use a burn tool.
Okay, yeah, that's super easy to do.
So honestly, if you need any pictures of David Bowie pissing his pants, like,
yeah, that's really convincing. Actually,
I literally just used a burn tool on it. You just darken the trousers. You know,
that's great. Crazy.
I think I've got a new.
No, don't say it. Oh no. Brilliant. Next time I see her, she's just gonna have a fucking like book with pictures of celebrities that she fancies.
Gee, look what I've done. They've all pissed their pants.
Oh my god. I've created a monster.
You have, honestly. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. So I don't remember what comes next. They meet Ludo. Hi Keith. Do you wanna come up here?
Cave! Cavey!
He loved this. Oh my god, Candice Marie was watching this film, and this was the specific bit where Candice, like, really twigged that there was something going on the telly. She was. Don't stop my recording this time, you little twat! Move my keyboard out of the way. Candice Marie was looking at the screen when Ludo was on.
Oh.
And they were poking him. She was washing herself, and she looked up at the telly, and she was like, "Oh my god, what is this?" So she wanted Ludo as friend.
Oh, Ludo friend. Ludo friend shaped.
It was very cute. The only thing that annoys me about Ludo is his feet. They're very bouncy. When he walks, his feet bounce.
Let's have a look.
He has to investigate this properly. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, they are. They're very like. Yeah, I see what you mean by bouncy. Right.
Yeah. So I always, as soon as I noticed that, I could never look away. And I mean, I know that Ludo's outfit was very, very heavy, even for two people to carry.
Yeah.
So they had to try and make it lighter, but it was still very heavy. So I don't fault them for making his feet big and squishy.
Yeah, I wonder why though. But yeah, now that you've like pointed it out, yeah, and whenever he moves, it's got his feet have jiggle physics.
Yes,
it's funny.
He looks also like, you won't know who this is. He looks like
Google.
Neil from The Young Ones, the face that he pulls Ludo. But yeah, there's these goblins tormenting him.
Nigel Planer?
Nigel Planer, yeah. So they're they're poking him, and Ludo calls for a rock for Sarah to chuck. This is a brilliant skill. Well done.
He's just a little guy.
Warwick Davis was in this, by the way.
Was he?
He was one of the goblins.
Oh. They're always
and I bet I know which one it is because
him.
He's got a very specific sort of stance as Warwick Davis. So,
I like that he embraces it.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, man, he's such a fucking good actor, though.
Yeah.
And Kenny Baker, who did R2-D2.
Oh!
He was in it.
Oh, very cool.
Like, big shout out to the little people in the world. Like, you're fantastic.
They are fantastic.
You know, that you're embracing the part of you which makes you really, really special. And hooray.
Hooray!
She throws the rocks. They start chomping on each other because they can't control these sticks, these bitey sticks. And she saves Ludo. She gets him down even though he falls on his arse. And she doesn't sound particularly, I'm sorry. But it's cool because, like, now he's friend, and he's a lovely, sweet man, and I wonder what his story is, how he there, what he do, why, how he been.
How he been?
How he been doing?
Because I know that, like, a bunch of these are just inserts from her real life that have come to life in various ways in, you know, this labyrinth. I'm like, okay, is this one of her toys, her plush toys?
It is.
Well, yeah, he is specifically, but then like I wonder about all of the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Some stuff is just there for comedic relief and purposes and for the purpose of filling in the scene and to making the scene work, right? But then there's stuff that's obviously representative of things in her real life.
And it's nice that, I mean, I'm thinking about making, I was already like thinking about, which of these toys can I make myself? She did have a Womble on her shelf, which was cute.
A Womble, gosh, that's so much in her room.
I'd like her to meet. I'd love for her to meet a Womble. I'd love for her to meet a Womble in the labyrinth.
Why not? I say.
Yeah, man. So then what bit comes after? She meets Ludo, and then is this the bit where he's like, give this bitch a peach, bitches love peaches? Or is it like there's the door, the door knockers?
Yeah, so it's the door knockers. Yeah, there's a bit with like David Bowie, the kid, they're in the forest. Actually, was the door knockers before? It might have been before this.
Well, maybe. No, because Ludo joins them for the door knockers because he has the door knocker in his mouth like this cute baby boy.
That's right. Yeah.
Lovely. He's very sweet. Anyway, the door knocker things. Apparently there was supposed to be an extended scene there where she goes through one door and it's like a fucking amazing, beautiful, enchanted forest. And everything's perfect and she doesn't want to leave, but Ludo has to help her leave. Which is nice.
Oh, yeah. Well, he sort of gets dragged down, right? Into something.
He falls.
Yeah.
he falls into the bog of eternal stench, nearby.
That poor boy.
Horrible boy. But yeah, there was an extra sequence in there where with the door knockers, she opens one of the doors and it's really good. And then so Ludo has to bring her out, and then they go in the different one, and it's the darker forest. So there's a lovely forest and the dark forest. So yeah, she just goes through a door, which I mean, it seemed like very glossed over, you know.
A little bit, yeah. But it's like most of this film, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I just take whatever the film is saying and doing at face value. And I'm like not questioning it too much because it's all very fantastical and weird and wacky. Yeah. And there's some level of like, if you do this, this will happen sort of thing.
She goes right in every situation. She makes the mistake by picking right. She first enters the labyrinth, she says right. The worm tells her to go right, and she goes through the right door with the blue shield goblins, and then she falls, and then she chooses the door with the knocker on the right.
Maybe she thinks that, maybe it's a metaphor for she thinks she's in real life doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But in reality, also, she's not.
It's like when you go in a labyrinth, one of the things that you're supposed to solve it by sticking to one side of a labyrinth, of a maze. You're supposed to stick to the right hand side or the left hand side. And so that there's it would have been nice to have seen the extra scene. I think it sounded really pretty, but I guess they needed to cut it down.
Well, yeah, was this before the times of directors' extended stuff, perhaps, where they...
No, I've just been reading about it. It was in the novelization. She would try both doors, not just knock on the mumbling head. She would tentatively open the door with the deaf head, and it would lead to sunny, cheerful forest. Sarah enters despite the warnings by a wary Ludo. She finds out that everything inside laughs incessantly, and it was only after much urging by Ludo, who wisely stayed by the door, that Sarah managed to escape from the eternally happy forest. And for pacing scenes, it was cut and she went to the darker forest.
Right, I see.
It was just a weird bit, I guess. So she goes into this other forest where Ludo falls, doesn't he?
Yes, that's the scene.
He falls through the floor. And she's pretty much on her own at this stage because this is where Hoggle's fucked off. I don't know. And this is where he gets the peach. The
peach, yeah.
But she meets the fire gang, right? With this song, and apparently this is my. I just found this out and it's chuffed me to bits. Fiery 3 and 4 was voiced by Danny John Jules, who was the cat in Red Dwarf, and he was also in Maid Marian and Her Merry Men, and he was in loads of films. He's a super cool guy as Danny John Jules. I think he's great. But yeah, that's my little bit. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
So did you? I don't know what version you watched of this, but in the fire dance.
Oh god. Yeah.
It pixelated a bit of it.
I don't know if it pixelated.
I was watching it on streaming on Amazon Prime, and there was a bit where it was pixelated, and there is threads going, why the fuck is this pixelated? Like, is it too gory because they were all falling into bits? Like, what is...
Well, during the fire dancing, where they're dancing and singing. Okay.
Shut it down with the fire gang.
Well, you could tell that she's like standing in front of a green screen of sorts, and the background looks like it looks obvious that it's like a green screen type thing.
Yeah. So it turns out that people think that it's just a transfer problem. That one particular scene of that everything became really pixelated. And somebody was like, "Is it because it's really gory?" And I asked someone else, and I was like, "What? Why is this bit pixelated?" And he said, "Is it because of the penis?" And I was like, "What penis?" And like, didn't one of them have a penis out? And I was like, "What the fuck are you on about?"
I think they do, because I'm looking right now, and there's one to just before she runs off. She grabbed his head and she threw it. Literally, the one that she grabbed the first head and threw it. It looks like a pair of balls. It does, I swear. Hold on.
Oh,
it's really hard to capture it as a picture because it's moving around a lot.
Have to just. I mean, I'll go onto Amazon. It's just fur. I mean, I understand, but yeah, it does look very bollocky, doesn't it?
It looks a little bollocky, yeah. It looks like a pair of balls, but I never really clocked onto it because I'm not looking down there. I had to go back. I was like, was there a penis? And I was looking and I was like, I don't know. It kind of does look a bit bollocky, yeah. A little bit. Is that the scene that's supposed to be blurred? Or was it a bit?
Yeah, so in that scene, there's a bit where it's like a head and it was a head and some legs, and that was it. With the fire gang,
right?
I'm gonna find it now, but oh yeah, I see the bollocks wiggling.
Yeah, I think it is a pair of balls. It looks like a pair of balls. I don't know whether it's
they've all got kind of like very floppy bits.
Do they though? Because a whole bunch of them, you just see fur, and then all of a sudden there's just like an extra bit there, and it's like, what?
There's extra bits of bollock that they don't really. I mean, it's just a weird arrangement of fur.
There's so much weird with these things in this scene. That thing was the least of the weirdest of things to look at, right? Like, there's so much going on. That is not what my eyes.
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be bollocks, but it can be whatever you want it to be, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with bollocks. And honestly,
okay, we're gonna go with bollocks.
And honestly,
we're gonna lock in bollocks.
Yeah, locking in bollocks.
We're locking in bollocks. I can't screen cap.
Because of hardware acceleration.
Amazon. Yes,
yeah.
Something like that. But this scene, it's literally just completely fucking pixelated.
Just take a picture.
And it's on Tubi that way, and it's on Amazon that way. What? So, crazy. Look how bad that looks.
Let's have a look.
It's like a magic eye picture.
What the fuck?
I know, it makes it look really fucking gory. It looks like something's absolutely...
Bro, I thought, it was a little... No, that did not... Whatever version I have, that did not happen.
Right, yeah. I mean, I have it on DVD, and do I even have it on video? I think I do.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
I mean, I don't remember seeing it recently. I must do. I'll have a look for it later, because I need to know. I know that I have the Dark Crystal. I know I have... It's just one of those things, I have so many horror movies that I enjoy watching that I don't think about any... I'm like, maybe... I'll find it and let you know. Right, she's met the Chili Gang, and there's the Bog of Eternal Stench, and Hoggle's... he's like, I don't want to give her this fucking peach. But the Bog of Eternal Stench is... they're not enjoying it. They're not enjoying it. It's the stinky bog. They fall off a cliff, like a ledge, and they don't think to look down the ledge before. They're like really fucking scared. And they land on Ludo, and they're like, Ludo, where you been, you little bugger? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I've fallen, it's stinky. Pooey.
Pooey.
And then they meet Sir Didymus, which is the little fox character.
Oh yeah, little guy.
And the epididymus is the little strings that are attached to the testicles that go to the prostate.
Oh, the little seam.
Yeah, what is it? I think
the little seam on a pair of balls.
Yeah. No. The epididymus is the tube that stores and carries sperm from the testicles.
Oh, so not the seam on the balls.
No.
Okay.
But, testicles again.
So wonderful.
I think Boba called it spaghetti in the ball. Was it you that called it the spaghetti in the balls?
I definitely didn't call it spaghetti in the balls.
It was Boba. She called it balls. She was like, "What about the spaghetti in the balls?" And we were like, "What the fuck are you on about?"
What, just to describe a pair of balls and a dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. The strings, the tubes inside the scrotum.
Oh.
What has this podcast become, G-Star?
I don't know. I was like, wait, what? Spaghetti and balls?
Spaghetti and meatballs. But then there's Ambrosius, which is his steed, which is the English sheepdog that is Merlin.
Oh, I love
this dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he is so fucking nice.
I'm pretty sure as a kid I had in one of the rooms of my house, there was like a little, like, it wasn't a taxidermy dog. It was just a
stuffed dog.
It was stuffed, like but it stood.
A toy.
Yeah, but it stood and it was kind of like life size as well. So it just reminded me of that little dog that I had. Very nice breed of dog. They're very fluffy.
They're quite vicious sometimes as well.
Really? Oh.
He won't let them past without his permission. So she asks for permission, and he says, "Yeah."
He's like, "Oh." Well, she words it in a way that's like, again, very clever and outsmarts the system, and it works in their favor, but only for a little bit, because again, this whole place is just so rigged.
Oh yeah, the bridge falls down. She's clinging onto a branch. Nobody knows what to fucking do until Ludo calls for his little mates. The rocks.
Ooh. Oh god, the rocks.
And the rocks appear, and then he has to walk across the rocks as well, and his feet are flapping, and he nearly falls in. And I'm wondering, like, was there a point where Ludo fell into the bog of eternal stench in one of the bloopers?
Oh god, I hope not. My god, because this whole scene, I'm watching it, and I'm like, I'm getting anxiety. I'm like, please God, don't fall in this bog, because I will never recover from this. I will never recover. It's just traumatizing to me because I'm a germ freak.
Trying to get the bog out of the Ludo costume.
Oh God, I would just incinerate it. Drop a nuke on it. Yeah, just never recover from that.
But they get across, and this is the bit where this is the bit where she's like, "Oh, I'm so fucking hungry," right?
Oh yeah.
And so he gives her the peach, and she's like, "Oh, thanks, Hoggle. This is so fucking nice of you. I'm so glad that I can trust you, my friend, when I say I'm hungry and you give me a peach." And then she starts tripping balls.
Oh, yeah, because, who fucking laced it?
So it's PCP laced peach.
PC
the
peach.
Second P in PCP stands for peach.
Exactly.
And then we get the masquerade ball, which is, gorgeous, beautiful. Love that song so much. It's
such a great scene. It's so such a pleasure to just watch how weird it is, and her hair, and her dress. Man. Oh, so wonderful! My God,
it is incredible. The visual, everything about this scene is so well thought out and planned. Like the movement of everything. And again, it's like, is this really happening? Is she dreaming it? Is she? Or did it actually transport her?
It was so...
Because she ends up in the junkyard afterwards.
Yeah, because she takes a bite, and then he throws his little, crystal orbs out into the ether, and they find their way to her, and I think that obviously plays a part in the whole
maybe
thing.
She's like... Yeah. So she goes in this... goes and has a little dream dance with the Goblin King, which... the back combing, the hair wasn't my favourite on Jareth this time. Jareth.
Really? It kind of looks the same, but he's just got purple
blue tips in it, and it's just too much. I took all of my makeup inspiration from Jareth.
Slay.
You know, the nose contouring, the big stupid winged eyeliner.
He's an icon. Fantastic. He is literally iconic. I love his whole thing. It's just fucking amazing.
I think we all had a somewhat of a sexual awakening to David Bowie.
He's just great. I love his eyes as well. They're just so...
Oh, God, they're brilliant, aren't they?
So unusual.
Unique feature.
But yeah, her hair, her makeup, like the things in her hair is just so... just beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
Swirly little, like... ribbons and flowers and
whoever did like the makeup, hair design and dress and the costumes, my goodness, just
round of applause to you, my friend. But she sees the clock, doesn't she, and she snaps out of it. She's like, something's not right, something's weird, and she smashes a mirror with a chair.
WWE style.
Hell yeah, let's go. And she's falling down. I love this bit where she's like falling through the sky, like because she smashed it and everything's a bit weird, and she's falling through loads of bits of broken like glass and furniture, and then it goes into like there's columns and bits of brickwork, and she falls into the dump where she meets that trash lady.
The trash man.
And the trash lady. Trash man.
The trash man.
And so obviously, like, she's been drugged. She don't know where the fuck she is, why she's here, what she's doing. She's looking for something. So the trash lady's like, yo, I got you something. I'll sort you out. Don't worry. So she takes her into her room. She gives her the teddy bear Lancelot, which is what she was upset about Toby having in the first place. And then she leads us to her room. It's a perfect recreation of a room, except out of a window, it's still fucking junk.
Yeah, like, my God.
I won't be able to get over that.
No, right? Jeez.
But she's like, oh, it was just a dream. Fine. But then the junk lady bursts in and she's like, don't worry about it. There's loads more shit we can play with. Look, have some lipstick. Make yourself up.
Yeah, that lady, my God, all the shit she's got on her back, the mounds of crap everywhere, and I'm just
me.
She's literally me.
She's literally me.
You know how guys say that with Ryan Gosling? He's literally me. It's like a meme.
He's literally me.
This is Booth, but with the trash lady.
I'm looking up at my shelves here, right, and I'm thinking, yeah, all of this shit. I could There's an ET mug.
Hell
There's
yeah.
loads of those Cheeto Tigers guys. There is a Gremlins Furby. There's a Lego cat that I built. There's my Nintendo DS's. There's a glittery pumpkin for some reason.
Because why the
I
hell
love collecting shit, man. It's me. And I've been collecting Brenda's fur when I groom her so I can build something out of it. Like, that's going to be great. There's like 10 little rubber Chansey, like Pokemon Chanseys.
Oh,
Why do I have them?
Chanseys.
I just decided, I found them at a convention. I was like, I need to buy all of your Chanseys. I've got loads of rocks. I've got loads of dice. I've got little cats. I've got all my videotapes. I've got all my weird fucking synthesizers. Pile them on.
I don't know how you fit it all in that room. Is that room big?
No, it's a series of mirrors. How do you fit everything in your room? Well, it's actually, these are load-bearing tapes now.
Oh my God. Because that room doesn't look like that big, so it's impressive, really.
Listen, it's a skill that you build up. If you collect enough stuff, you're like, okay, I can stack this in a certain way. It's like Tetris, obviously.
Yeah.
Try and fit as much shit in your house as possible, and like don't stop. Like, I will find space. I nearly bought a taxidermy cat. You know that taxidermy cat that I showed you?
Yeah.
It was £900, and I was like, fuck, why did I express interest in this? I can't spend £900 fucking pounds on a taxidermy cat. I was so fucking tempted, G. But I stayed strong.
I'm so proud
I was
of
like,
you.
this is £900 that could literally go anywhere else except for on a taxidermy cat.
I'm so glad you just restrained yourself. That's
listen, it was hard work, but I did it.
She did it. She pulled through.
I pulled through. Luckily our heroes, Hoggle and Ludo and Sir Didymus and Ambrosius, they crash through the walls. The walls start falling down. It's like some kind of nightmare scene, you know, like in Nightmare on Elm Street or something. Like the walls are like the wallpaper's just falling off.
That it starts to crumble though. Like
brilliant,
all the planks of little wood just start to like cascade down, and it's really quite satisfying to watch.
It wouldn't work in a British house. Like American houses, they're built with like plasterboard and like it's a wooden frame. Wood's very cheap over there. You know, they got a big forest and stuff. For us, it'd be like, oh shit, I've been crushed by a load of bricks. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, mate. But they take her to they're on the outskirts of the Goblin City. They fucking made it. They're nearly there.
Yeah,
we're nearly there.
They're at the end now.
Yeah. So they go. Sir Didymus is just like, he's being a proper fucking Karen. He's like, wake up, come on. We haven't got all day. Let me in. And the guard's just asleep. He's like, I do not give a single shit.
I don't give a damn.
But they get in, and then there's obviously the goblins are there to be like, don't think you're supposed to be here. So they have this massive robot that is like a gate. Innie.
I loved that scene.
The way that it emerges from the gate, and it's like, oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah,
apparently its name is Humongous.
Oh, Big Chungus, Humongous.
Big Chungus.
I loved it
so
much. It was fantastic. It felt very Dark Souls in certain places. Obviously, this is before Dark Souls.
No, yeah, it completely did. I get it.
I just kept getting so much just Dark Souls vibes from everything in this. I wouldn't be surprised if they took inspiration from this.
Absolutely. I think a lot of stuff took inspiration from Labyrinth because it's so
different. I mean,
it's really expressive, and it's it's brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, it's just a little goblin controlling it, obviously.
I know, but it's so wonderful. Is it
Hoggle that does Ludo call some more rocks for them to chuck? I mean, I think that's the only thing that he can do.
I think he does, yeah. The dog is so scared.
I love him. Oh, he rears up and has he got little horseshoes on his little feet?
I don't remember, actually, if he does. If he does, that's amazing, because he rides him like a steed, right? So
yeah, he does, yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh my god, I love him.
I love him.
So he's cowering, he's really scared. Poor little fella. Poor little bugger. But it's okay, because I'm going to watch it. I'm just going to see if he's got his little feet, his little shoes on. Man, that dog. There he goes. Come on, rear up. He's trembling though. He's so cute. That's some proper puppeteering. That's the Jim Henson school of Muppetry.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's top notch, puppeteering. It's all of them are great.
Yeah, they've all got such expressive faces for a Muppet, you know?
Yeah.
It's really, really good.
It's impressive. Like the mouth, lip. He does?
He's got a little he's got a little horseshoe on, little boy.
Yeah, I'll say the eyes, the way the eyelids move, the mouth, the way that just the micro expression. There's micro expressions, which is impressive for a puppet, you know?
Oh yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible, and I mean, it's got all the hallmarks of being a Jim Henson production as well. Like because of that. Oh, I love Ambrosius, you good boy.
Good boy.
I mean, it's hard to think of them like with Sesame Street, with the Muppets. It's hard to think of them as puppets. You think of them as people because they're so good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, that's why it makes so much sense to kids.
For sure.
Anyway, they do manage to beat this humongous what? Because Hoggle's like, I'll save you, Sarah, and he jumps on its head, and it's this horrible little goblin in it. I don't like him. I mean, a lot of the goblins I don't like because they're all like little potato men.
They're horrible looking, aren't they?
And then in the Goblin City, they're alerting Jareth. Oh, she's made it. Oh, you're going to find. And he sends the troops out. There's all the little goblin warriors run through the city streets. And they're not very good at catching her because it's like a Scooby-Doo situation.
Yeah.
But they're all running around. It's like backwards and forwards. And they've got the riding on. Some of them are riding. You know, like you have those fancy dress outfits where someone's riding like a chicken. Oh, and it's like you put your legs in the chicken suit.
Yeah.
And you're
and your part is like the real part, but it looks, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Your legs are their legs, but you've got your own little legs, like costume wise. So they've got like those, they're riding around on weird little goblin steeds. And again, it's really good acting because they've got like looking at them, you can tell that their feet are in the little dinosaur guy's feet, and they've got one hand that is holding onto the hair of the dinosaur. So their real hand is inside the dinosaur's head. I'm calling them dinosaurs. I don't know what the fuck they are.
Oh, fuck it, anyway, for dinosaurs.
Really clever bit of puppeteering that. I like it. This bit's a bit drawn out, but I guess it's nice if you like that sort of thing. But Ludo calls his rocks again. He climbs a chimney and he calls rocks, and there's rocks smashing everything, blocking up gun turrets.
I guess this is like the action, of the film
this is
right
your
here.
Action.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your action. And it's, oh my God, the time is nearly up and she's in the castle, but where the fuck is Toby? We don't fucking know where Toby is. But there's only one way Toby could have gone. It's up the stairs. And the most annoying thing is like, I have to face him alone. What is this trope?
What, where it's like, no, you got to do this on your own. But I guess it's, if we're going off of the, into womanhood and whole, like, coming of age, being an adult, being responsible, taking responsibility, I guess, so.
Yeah, I have to do this alone.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I would love to see Ludo going up and down these fucking stairs, man.
Yeah.
He would fall off. He would just be completely... It's the Isha inspired building where they're walking sideways, they're walking on the roof, the stairs are all over the place. It's disorientating, and David Bowie appears from nowhere and walks straight through it. He's not real. He ain't really there.
That motherfucker back there is not real.
And she sees, I mean, this bit goes on way too long, and I know that it's a little bit of a music video for him. Okay, but it does drag out. And she sees Toby, and I guess he's like 2 stories down. 1 story, 2 stories down. He's looking down a hole. And she's like, I gotta save him. And so she jumps. She risks her life by... I guess she risks breaking her legs. But she just keeps falling because the floor's gone suddenly. And she's just falling. And all the bits are crumbling around her. It's a green screen. And she does land very safely, though. And everything's floating around. And I've played games where this is the exact scenery that they've built that looks just like this. And Jareth's there Jared's there, and he's got a floaty. He's wearing a little floaty white number now with fur. And he's like, I did everything for you, okay?
Yeah, I've turned the world upside down for you.
He's like, I was so generous to you. Like, I took your baby because you didn't want it, right? And then you were all scary, so I was dead frightening for you. Changed time about a little bit for a laugh. This is the textbook abusive boyfriend situation.
Lol. Yeah.
I was so good to you. Like everything that you ever wanted, I've given you. Yes, I yelled at you. You know, it's like it's all for our own good. All of this. He's done everything. He's not the bad guy. What are you on about? Yeah,
he's a good guy. He's given her everything that she could have ever wanted.
Yeah. I mean, all of this horrible shit that...
She wanted him to take the kid away, and he did. And now she's like, well, you know.
You wanted all of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it. Like, you can't blame me for being sad.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's like, I ask for so little, just let me rule you.
Lol.
Let me love you. And it's like, okay, so this is some abusive, scary shit. And she says the line, fear me, love me, do as I say. Fear me, love me. I mean, and then he'll be a slave. So what the fuck dynamic is that? Anyway, she says, you have no power over me. And he's like, he looks so fucking fed up when she says that. You have no power over me. And he goes, oh God. And he throws his crystal ball in the air. He's like, you fucking, you wench. Because he was ready to give her a gift of her dreams. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it entails.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool visually. Because everything is sort of floating. There's a lot of curtains flowing his robes. And suddenly it's an owl. It's a lovely little taxidermy owl puppet flying away out through the house. And it's like, he just goes out the window. He's like, bye.
Bye. I do love this scene. The staircases, the upside down. Some things are the right side up, some things are... It's just so great.
So cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But she's transported back home. And hey presto, Toby's home as well. He's tired. He's had enough. And his cot looks so fucking comfy. He's got a lovely little pillow. And I'm like, oh yeah, I am sleepy actually. They've got a lovely fucking house, may I say. This is the poshest house.
They really do have a lovely house. It's gorgeous.
She gives him Lancelot. She's grown up. She knows that she doesn't need Lancelot anymore, the teddy bear. She doesn't need him. I'd like Lancelot to belong to you now. She's like, I don't need this. It's just a teddy bear. It's just junk. It's all junk. She realised that.
Yeah.
She goes in her room and she's like, I'm sad because I miss my friends. But they already said, should you need us? Yes, should you need us? And she's like, I need you, Hoggle. He's like, you do. And then they have a little dance party. So it's like, did any of this happen?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so confusing.
Is she having a dance party because
she's schizophrenic, or
is she mentally having a bit of a nutsy time in there? And possibly hormones are wild.
Yeah, could very well be that she is losing her mind.
Going through, having a dance party. Actually, you know what? Have a dance party with your toys. Go for it. I do not mind. I don't know why she hid. Like, what's this? I'm looking at on her mirror. She has a lot of pictures of her mom and her dad, and there's a picture of her dog Merlin there. And there's the on-stage kiss, and she puts it away in a drawer, and I'm not sure what that is supposed to signify.
Sure.
But, there's, you see all the little clues. There's like a statue of the Goblin King on her desk.
I really like that, actually, the statue. I thought that was
it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Delft willow pattern almost thing. She's got a Winnie the Pooh bear there. I love all the little things in her room.
There's a lot of detail, in her room.
And her room is fantastic because it is exactly like what my room used to be like as well. Full of really amazing stuff, like loads of soft toys, loads of books, loads of games. I had bunny rabbit wallpaper at one point. And another point, I had clowns. I had like a frieze around the wall, they call it a frieze. It's like a border.
Okay.
And it was clowns.
Oh, clowns.
It's a circus. Sophie had a circus-themed room. But they have this party and they're all like got their little streamers and stuff, and that's the end. And apparently there was a different ending they were going to do.
Okay.
Let me find out. The last scene was altered during production. Sarah's communication with Ludo, Hoggle and Solidimus would take place via her bedroom window and not her vanity mirror. After sharing their goodbyes, her friends would simply fade away. And in the movie, the scene is modified to a more upbeat resolution. So they do appear. They're like, they don't disappear, what they're saying.
Maybe it's like she's growing up, but she's not like completely let go of the innocence / childhood.
And her friends and the people that help her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know whether her parents heard this all going on. They open up the door and she's like dancing around with some toys or whatever, you know. Who cares? But I think this film is great. I really, really love it. I love it so much I didn't even really think about giving it a rating at the time, but I have rated it on Letterboxd before as a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
Because I love so much about this. The atmosphere of it, the puppetry, the just every little detail of it. The story's good, the music's good. Brilliant. I mean, that's all I can really ask for, to be honest, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I'm looking at the credits. It says Junk Lady. And it's Wendy Froud, Sherry Ammett, Cheryl Henson, Mavis Taylor, Graham Galvin, Jeanette. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 junk ladies.
Yeah.
The hell?
They're probably all there. Like, the junk lady was initially supposed to be puppeteered by Jareth, like another little puppet that he's trying to manipulate, but it turned like they've changed it into this is just another goblin that lives there. Yeah. Under the behest of Jareth.
Yeah.
What did you think of the movie?
I liked it. It was I liked the human element, because not that I didn't like that the Dark Crystal didn't have humans in there, that it was like less desirable, less entertaining, but I do like that there was like a combination of the two. I think it works well, and it engaged my brain a bit more. I liked obviously the sets, the music. It's a pretty bang up film, and I think for the time especially, just incredible work. I'd probably give it, I hate when my brain can't decide between two numbers. It's like between it's 7 tricky. and an 8, I guess.
7.5 then. Let's go for it. Let's put a 0.5.
Yeah, can we do, are we okay with halves?
I'm okay with halves, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 7.5.
If it's, it's stuck between those two numbers, why not?
Yeah.
Halves exist for a reason. We can do infinitesimal fractions if you wish.
Hey.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think 7.5. It's like, it's a pretty good film, and
I'm really glad.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
I think Yeah, I think that it really holds up. There's a reason why it's a cult classic, and it was great back then, and it's great now, and it is one of my favorite films of all time. It's just got that right element of a little bit of fear in it for me. Like there's a bit where the fiery things, the fire gang. He takes his eyes out and he rolls them across the floor. Anything with eyes, but they've got a lot of LEDs in their eyes of these. the goblins.
They do.
And it's like,
their eyes are very freaky a lot of the time,
and that's good because it's like it does make it scary. I can completely immerse myself in this film. It's great. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I really hope that. I mean, we enjoyed it enough to talk such a long time about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, little bits of trivia other than the stuff I've already covered. To help the puppeteer inside him to see, there was a miniature video camera in Ludo's right horn that fed to a small screen installed in his head.
Ooh.
I think it was a similar situation to Big Bird.
Okay, yeah.
Big Bird was controlled by one person, Carol Spinney, I think, and he would have his arm up controlling Big Bird's head, and he had his arms on like a string, but he had a little video camera in there. Over 100 pairs of latex hands were made for the helping hand scene.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
And there were so many. There was Sherry Weiser, Hoggle was Sherry Weiser inside the suit, and then 4 puppeteers led by Brian Henson, controlling 18 motors inside his face rig. So he had a mechanical mitt on his right hand. He had his jaw movements and provided the voice. Okay, so that was him talking. Another puppeteer had further lip movements with another mitt. A third puppeteer used a fingertip joystick to control his eyes and eyelids, and then a fourth had the eyebrows and a foot pedal to control the skin around his eyes.
Oh my
That's how many people had to, and they had to rehearse for weeks to anticipate each other's movements to make it look a natural thing. So that's why they look so natural, is because there's so many.
Yeah, that's so insane.
Many, like people working. It was a failure when it was originally released. It's the final movie directed by Jim Henson. And then it got the cult following after that. So like a Hoggle puppet got lost on an airplane when it eventually turned up in unclaimed baggage in Scottsboro, Alabama. It wasn't in the best condition, so was restored and placed along with the belongings he was traveling with in a display case at the airport's entrance.
Oh my god!
I hope it's still there.
I hope it's still there. That's cool.
Oubliettes are a type of dungeon where the only entry is through an opening in the ceiling.
Oh, that's what it is then. A dungeon.
It is a real thing. The oubliette comes from the French word oublier, to forget. Oublier. And it's a dungeon for prisoners that the captors wish to forget. So they just chuck them in there and they starve. Terry Jones wrote the first draft of the script. Terry Jones is from Monty Python. And it was... It had, and then he let other people rewrite it. And then Henson went back to Jones saying the script had lost its humour, and he made him put the jokes back in. And then it was so it was a big collaborative thing.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of moving everything, moving parts, everything for this. Jeez, there was so. Everybody had so many parts. Brian Henson, who is Jim Henson's son, met and developed a crush on Mia Sarah, and because they were filming on the soundstage next door to Legend, with which she was a star, and then they met again 2 years later and got married. Get that! What a happy meet cute.
You meet cute.
Meet cute.
I love them. Oh, the little creatures that appear from beneath the tiles are called the Tile Keepers.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yes.
They were just little rascals.
Brilliant. I love this. The Junk Lady, according to the Goblin Companion, which is a book that came with It was written by Brian Froud and Terry Jones. They called her Agnes, the junk lady.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a brilliant little. It's so good, right?
Yeah.
This film, there's everything going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think I've met anyone that doesn't like it in some respect.
Just don't know how you could dislike it. It's a nice, feel-good film.
Yes.
And it's got that human element in there, like I said, where the relatability comes in, I think. Because, like I said, with Dark Crystal, it was still great, fantastical and everything, but I felt more connected because there were humans in this one.
Yes, I agree. Apparently also, okay, here's another little fact. Throughout the movie, hang on, the junk lady was in an abandoned series of script drafts and was supposed to be revealed as Jareth's mother. She would resurface at odd times as his conscience, apologizing for his bad behavior, and likewise admonished children never listen, even when told to pick up their toys and play fair.
Well, so I saw at the beginning of the film, she had like a scrapbook, and there was like a Peter Pan. There was Peter Pan in there, so I think there's like some Peter Pan-esque elements. Neverland, you know, he's kind of like Peter Pan, maybe acts like a kid. Acts very immature and plays tricks and the fairies like Tinkerbell maybe. So I think there's probably elements of that in there too.
That's a very good point. Excellent point. And you know my little tiny fact about Danny John Jules, choreographer who did that, who voiced so Danny John Jules worked with the choreographer on the episode of Red Dwarf Queeg, and he also was the choreographer in the opening scene where they all had, I think it was tongue tied. They did that one anyway. Yeah, that I like that little crossover bit. Woo, brilliant! Oh man, I loved that. Thank you.
No, thank you. That's a great film.
Oh, thank you for talking about Labyrinth with me. What a cracker!
What a great pick that was. And I hope everyone enjoyed it, honestly.
I hope so.
I have.
We're on to a G-Star pick next as well.
We are, but I'll quickly tell you about the budget and box office. So
yes, please do.
So it had a budget of 25 million.
Makes sense.
And weirdly, it underperformed in the US.
Yeah.
So it only grossed 12.9 million, but I think it was a success in the UK and overseas. And I think worldwide it got 34 million box office.
Whoa. I mean,
so, you know, success still. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that it's the cult following that's kept this going for such a long time as well.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like at the time they didn't know a good thing until, like, I think years pass and people were like, actually.
Do you think it was a bit ahead of its time in a way?
I think it probably was, yeah.
The Dark Crystal is a very dark film, and it's like not like a kid's film at all.
No.
And then they've got this one, which it almost has that same sort of dark fantasy element, which is like, I don't know whether it's well received or not.
So Dark Crystal was 1982, and this was, and Labyrinth is 1986.
Yeah. And I just think it's brilliant. One of the little goblin creatures at the beginning of Labyrinth is actually eaten by one of the Skeksis in Dark Crystal.
Brilliant.
As well.
Brilliant.
Hey! I love it.
The Jim Henson cinematic universe.
Yes. So yeah. That was Labyrinth. And I think it's bloody brilliant. So G, what are we gonna watch?
For the list of movies, we have Crocodile Dundee, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Princess Diaries, Drive, Blade Runner 2049, and Cool World.
Hooray!
Hooray!
What a cracking list. What a brilliant bloody list that is. So let's find let's see see if we can find a dice to roll.
I've got it right here, love. Oh. 4.
It's a 4!
Oh, no.
What is it?
It's drive.
It's drive. Why are you saying, oh, no?
I've told you how I feel about drive.
Yeah, but I just
hate it. Like, you don't know anything about this film, right?
No.
I fucking...
Why did you put it in the list?
Because, okay... Oh, there's so much... I'm not going to get into it now. I'll save it for the next episode, but it's a film I watched when it first came out. Fucking hate it to death because it was mismarketed, heavily mismarketed, and the entire... It's just one of those things that pisses me off. You know when you like can explain it, but you can't explain it? It's just one of those things that pisses me off.
It's just a fucking... Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, because I need to know if I'm the only one that feels this way about this film.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in this together.
Yes. All right. No, I'm excited because I like a bit of adversity. I like a bit of a dangerous pick. You know.
Yeah. It's one. Obviously, I don't put films that I hate. Right. I'm I love this film. I think it's great. But this is like a controversial, topical, like. I have so much to say about this because of X, Y, and Z.
I am here for this. Yeah. Let's fucking go.
We can hate watch the shit out of this film. So I'm excited.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. Well, for those of we're watching Drive. The next one is Drive.
We're watching Drive.
Okay? So
we're watching
Gear
Drive.
up.
Oh!
Gear up, motherfuckers. We're watching Drive.
Gear up. Fucking sit down. Shut up. We're watching Drive.
Oh, God.
Don't make me turn this. Don't make me turn around, G. Don't make me turn around.
Don't turn this fucking car around.
Don't make me turn this fucking car around. We're watching Drive, and you're gonna shut up and you're gonna enjoy it.
Oh my God! Thank you so much, Sophie, for an amazing episode of YOMP.
Thank you, G.
Oh my God!
Loved it.
I loved it too. And thank you to those of you who have listened, who continue to support us. You guys are amazing. And we will catch you next time for Drive.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for listening to our episode of YOMP. If you would like to be an executive producer of YOMP and help support myself and Jisa and all of our editors and our everlasting quest for junk to pile on our backs, then you can become a patron at YOMPcast, patreon.com/YOMPcast. I'll get it right one of these days. And you can be added to the list of incredible people such as Steve, Lawrence Thibodeau, Scott 5877, I'm a Robot 012C, Look K33, and Enki 13. You are wonderful. I mean, all of you are wonderful for listening, but thank you so much for supporting us as well. Enjoy Drive. I know you will.